Hello. I'm going to start here in 3 minutes. Let's see. Let me go post this link on the website. Website is denverguitarorchestra.com. Copy, close, Denver Guitar, edit. To join. Shift, highlight, link, enter, edit, settings, open a new window, update. Okay, so we got to post it on the website. We will be starting in 2 minutes. And it's opening up to rehearsal 443, which is what it should open up to. And we're in good shape. Okay, guys, if you're online, if one of you will let me know if you can hear us. I think I got the microphone set correctly this time. I appreciate you typing in the chat bar that you can hear me. Sometimes I say that and then nobody responds.
Nobody's responds.
Like, I don't know if they can hear me or not. And then during the pandemic when we do this, Vic, who took every single one of my classes through the entire pandemic, she had my cell phone, and so it was normal if I was like not seeing any chat. It was pretty typical to get a text from her. We can't hear anything. The other thing that happens is it says we have viewers, but a lot of times those are just robots, and so you never know for sure who's really there.
Who's there?
Who's there? Are you real? Now the good news is we have all three of our Guitar 3 players for Boléro today. So I'm expecting Guitar 3 to be magical today.
Just really knock it out of the park.
Do you want me to play guitar 1?
No, we got Tom. He's Guitar 1.
Oh.
Tom is Guitar 1, so they're synonymous, right? I should have just called it Tom.
What now?
Guitar 1 on Boléro.
Oh,
Hey, Laura. Good to see you. Looking forward to your return. We're only a few weeks away, right? And Gene the robot is in. Hey, Gene. Good to see you. You guys are funny. All right, let's see here. All right, 3 o'clock. I guess we'll get started. Mark just wandered off. We'll wait for 1 second for him to come back. And we're going to start with Boléro as usual. Let's get warmed up on the hardest song that we have. So take a look at that. 1, 2, it's a lot. All right. Sandy, good to see you. Different time zone today. Almost missed this. Where are you, Sandy? You're not at home then, huh? All right, you'll be here on the 22nd. Good, Laura. That's good to hear. Laura, I don't know if we assigned you on Boléro, but if you could be working on Guitar 1, that's the one place. We got Guitar 3 covered. I'm sorry, not Guitar 1, Guitar 2 on Boléro. I don't know what you've been working on, but if we could use a couple more people on guitar 2. Guitar 1 I think we'll be fine with. Guitar 3 we're going to be fine with. Arpeggios will be fine with. But guitar 2 we're a little light on, and so I'd love it if you would work on that. Oh, Minnesota. Oh, okay. I didn't know they allowed Michiganders to show up in Minnesota, or Michiganders to show up in Minnesota. Yes, that's. I thought they had a border crossing. On guitar 2, perfect. That's exactly what I was hoping you were working on, Laura. All right, hello everyone. We have looks like about 35 people here in the room, so you know sound is going to be perfect, and so. Let's see, we've got some really good guitar players coming to the Lakewood classes, and if I could just kind of push a couple of them over the edge, because several of them are to the point where they're like, I think I might come to Orchestra, and for every 100 people who say they're coming, 1 or 2 show up. So
Not many, huh?
yeah, it's pretty good odds, really, in music. You know, we have about a 99% failure rate in music. So, all right, let's take a look at Boléro. And Tom, you're driving the engine today, right? So just keep going, never change, right? It's the same the whole entire way through. And then you guys on guitar 3, even though your part is hard, it's 1st fret, 2nd fret, 3rd fret, right? There's nothing else in your part, and so hopefully, as we spend a little bit more time on it, just getting the rhythm right, and then your fingers will be magically perfect. All right, let's give it a try and see how it goes. We have been playing it at about 60, and our goal is to get it up to 80 at some point. But let's get it close at this pace. Okay, you set? Question.
Ready.
Let's do it. All right, from the top. Let's go from measure 9, please. Measure 9.
Dive right in.
Dive right in. Okay, and we'll just keep going around until you play it perfect. Okay. Okay.
Better order pizzas.
We got nothing else to do today. All right. Broncos won. Feeling good. Okay.
What?
Yeah.
Get out.
Yeah, they beat the worst team in the league, so they are at least number 27. So.
All right, back to real life.
It looked terrible for a while too. They fell way behind, so they came all the way back. So like yesterday's CU victory, which wasn't a victory, but it sounded like that when you listened to them afterwards.
That's funny.
All right, from the top, not too fast. Here we go, and 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 10. 2, 3, 11, 2, 3, 12, 2, 3, 13, 2, 3, and 14, 2, 3, and 15, 2, 3, and 16. Play a little bit louder, please. And 17, 2, 3, and 18, 2, 3, and 19, 2, 3, and 20, 2, 3, 21, 2, 3, 22, 2, 24, 2, 3, 25, 2, 3. I think I got off. Let's go back to measure 9. I think I was miscounting. From measure 9 again. Measure 9. 8, 2, 3, 9, 2, 3, 10, 2, 3, 11, 2, 3, and 12, 2, 3, and 13, 2, 3, and 14, 2, 3, and 15, 2, 3, and 16, 2, 3, and 17, 2, 3, 18, 2, 3, and 19, 2, 3, and 20, 2, 3, 21, 2, 3, 22, 2, 3, 23, 2, 3, 24, 2, 3, 25, 2, 3, 26, 2, 27, 2, 28, 2, 3, 29, 2, 3, and 30, 2, 3, 31, 2, 3, 32, 2, 3, 33, 2, 3, 34. All right, let's reset and go. And 35, 2, 3, 36, 2, 3, dun, 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 38, coming here. Dun, ba, 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 9, 2, 3, and 40. Back to 9, 2, 3, 9, 2, dun, 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 dun. There it is. Dun, 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 11, dun, 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 and 12, 2, 3, and 13, 2, 3, and 14, 2, 3, and 15, 2, 3, and 16, 2, 3, and 17, 2, 3, 18, 2, 3, 19, 2, 3, and 20. Dun, 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 22. Dun, 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 3. Dun, 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 4. Dun, 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 5, 2, 3, and 6. Here we go. Let's reset and go. And 7, 2, dun, 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 8, 2, 3, and 9, 2, 3, and 10, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, and 2, 2, 3, and 3, 2, 3, and 4, 2, 3, and 5, 2, 3, and 6, 2, 3, and 7, 2, 3, and 8, 2, 3, and 9, 2. Let's do it one more time. And 40. 2 back to 9. And 9, 2, 3, 10, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and 12, 2, 3, and 13, 2, 3, and 14, 2, 3, and 15, 2, 3, and 16, 2, 3, and 17, 2, dun, 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 18, 2, 3, and 19, dun, 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 1, dun, dun, dun. There we go. Dun, 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 3, 2, dun, 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 26, 2, 3, 27, 2, dun, 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 8, dun, 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 29, dun, 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 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3, 3, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, and 5, dun, dun, and 6, dun, 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 3, dun, 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 2, 3, and 9, 2. Let's go on to 41, 42, 41 here. Bum. Perfect. I heard no mistakes. It was beautiful. Okay.
Okay.
Still don't feel like I'm playing.
So thinking about it generally, I think, so Tom's keeping a pretty steady tempo
He's
there,
doing a
right?
good job.
Doing a good job, right? And of course his job's a little easier than you guys' job. But I think just listening, if you miss a measure, right, those ties over measures can be really, really complicated. If you find out, oh gosh, I'm behind or whatever, just go to the next measure and ignore the tie, play the note, and just jump right back in, right? So, for example, I'm looking at 11 to 12. If you mess up 11, just go to 12, play that first zero, and then you're right back into it again, even though it's tied from the previous measure. I think those ties over measures can really mess with your head once you've made a mistake, and so pretend they're not there for now and just play what's there. And watching all of your fingers, it looks like everybody's fingers are moving effectively, but it feels like once you get a little behind, then that's when things sort of go off the rails a little bit. And
It can quickly.
very easily, right? I mean, you're playing 16th notes and lots of them, right? And so, yeah, if you start to get offline, just give up on the measure, move to the next measure, and whatever that first note is, even if it's tied, just play it, and that should help you get back in. I'm hoping that's at least one strategy.
Well, Gary, if you weren't counting, I'd be lost. I don't feel like I'm in the groove.
Yeah, so that's another thing I was going to mention. This song is one that I would listen to on the MP3 a whole bunch of times because
You've got to.
because I can hear you guys playing, I can hear the whole basic song in my head, and so, but if you have not gotten where the song is in your head, I'm not sure you can play this,
No,
right?
you can't count this.
This is not countable, right? I mean, I'm at
We
least
stop
giving
on
you.
people at our level.
No, at the university we could count this, right? But not everyday people, right? And I would say, so you're really listening for the tune, right? And so I can hear it because I must have gone through this 50,000 times of creating the arrangement, and so I hear it, and you guys are getting it close. But yeah, so maybe just spend a little bit more time listening to it, Pele, rather than trying to play it. I think that's one of the mistakes that lots of people do is they just look at the paper and rely on the paper when your ears are going to give you much better feedback on a piece like this. Because I was watching Tom and he's reading every measure, right? And every two measures is exactly the same, right? Mm-hmm. And so you only have to look at two measures and then you have the whole song, right? But we still have this tendency like, I got to see it for it to be real. And so I think trust yourself, it's there, right? And you just played really, really well. And so you probably don't even need to look at the paper anymore. Just be listening to what's going on and making sure you're either on an odd measure or an even measure. And especially since you guys have the lower voicing on guitar 3, it's not jumping out at you as much as it will when we get a solid guitar 2 in here as well. Also, missing the arpeggio, I think, is very unhelpful.
Well, it adds another dimension of pulse.
It gives you that pulse,
And
right?
this song is-
Right. And
This
once,
is really all about that.
yeah, I think if you can hear it and just trust that if you're behind her, you know I think that it will. If it's in your ears better and less in your eyeballs on the paper, because I don't think this is sight readable at all. Like there's especially guitar 2. Oh my God, there's no way I would be able to sight read this.
Yeah.
And I think guitar 3 is possible, but it's just going to be so much easier if you just use that as reference and really pay attention to what's going on in your ears. And of course, right now that's a little hard because you're still learning the song. But we're going to get this thing together. I have faith that it's going to come together with you guys.
So Gary, one thing I've done,
Yeah.
both to help me learn it and then just like kind of marker points, it's not everywhere through the song, but I kind of identified places where I was having trouble maybe feeling the beat or seeing the beat, and I've actually gone through and marked with vertical lines places that fall on a beat.
On a beat. Great
And
idea.
So if I'm lost or wondering, am I on, am I off, confirming to myself that yes, I am.
Yeah.
Or I have a place I can go right to and do that, or I could stop right away and look for the next one.
And it's interesting because like if you look at this piece, it just feels like this sea of notes, but that actually the barring actually gives you some advice, right?
It does.
So measure 19 is a great example, right? There's 3 beats in that measure, and you can see quite clearly looking at the bars, there's 1 little group, 2 little group, and 3 little groups, right? And each of those, the first note falls on a beat. That is super clear. But when you get to measure like 21, and you got that dotted quarter note, that's not as clear, right?
No.
And so you've got you've got a note on beat 1, you've got a note on beat 2, and then there's this beat that happens in the middle of that's not
where is
marked.
that?
Yeah, right. Where is that? So that's a great place. Just put a line there and be like, don't come in too early, right? It's super complicated, And then luckily measure 22. Again, the barring helps you. It tells you exactly where the beats are. And I tried to be I hope I did it right all the way through because I knew how hard this was going to be to count. And again, when you're learning it, you can ignore the ties. You can absolutely play the first note of the next group. And once you get it, then you'll stop playing the ties. But in the meantime, play those ties. The other place I see measure 31 can be very confusing. Measure 31, the first beat's clear. It's that chromatic scale going down, and then you have the first beat beat number 2 is clear. But then, where's beat 3? Well, it's somewhere in the middle of that tie. And so, so I do think just drawing yourself little lines there, or a little arrow or a little carrot or something saying, here's where the beat really is. And that way, because I think you're right, Mark. I don't think you can count this particularly.
Yeah, it would be just really challenging.
Yeah.
And it certainly, you have to try at the start and you work through with that. And I think going slowly and understanding where the timing is.
Right.
And again, like say measured 30 is a graded and coming over from 29, and you're counting it so we know that E there, we hit on 3, we hold till 1, and then it's 2 and,
right? Yeah.
And
that stupid rest is on beat 2, right?
And so you just have to get, and so I've played those 3 measures hundreds of times.
Yeah.
Trying
to get that right.
To get it right. And then a couple other times realizing that there are figures that are repeated over and over again. You do this, the deal like in 32. How many times do we have this? 3 times? That comes again.
Comes again and again and again, right?
Back over in 35 to 36, we play that exact,
Bum,
and
bum, bum.
and then it's another place where it's, higher. And so,
Right. So getting that feel of that rhythm.
realizing that those are in there, the minute you hear that, okay, here's a comfort
Oh,
spot.
yeah.
I know I
Right.
can
I've done
play
this a few
right.
times, yeah. So one, it's hard, but 2, I think that's a great idea. Use the MP3, listen to it a lot, mark where the beats are on the complicated measures, and then be aware of patterns that come up over and over again. And those will probably be somewhat helpful, but you guys are going to get it. I absolutely know you're going to get it.
How fast were we playing?
You're playing at about 60. I probably speeded it up to about 70 just because it was feeling like it was hard to hold the beat at 60. But again, I would say, honestly, Pele, at this moment, just listening to the MP3. Look at the music and listen to the MP3 because it repeats a bunch of times on the MP3, and you can sit there and mark, hey, that's complicated to me. Where can I think about beat 1, beat 2, and beat 3, and and then obviously just put your time in on it. I think at home because it's going to come around, but I don't think this one's going to just jump out of your guitar without a little bit of work one-on-one with it. All right, good job, you guys. I have faith that we're going to get. That's by far the hardest song we've ever tried to play. So.
I like the way you always say, good job, you guys, even after I think
What should I say?
didn't sound
Here's what I'll do instead. You guys just played that terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the matter with you?
What's wrong with you? Did you practice? Do you have a job? Do you have a life? Would you stop that? That's not right. Yeah. All right. If we were preparing for a show over at Red Rocks, I'd be really mad right now. Yeah, we're not preparing for that though, are we? We're preparing to do it better this week than we did last week. That's all we're preparing to do. All right. Eine kleine Nachtmusik with Wiener Dogs, please. I should be able to come up with a cuter title than that. That's stupid. All right, let's see. Pele, you're on guitar 1. Mark and Nancy, you are guitar 2. Tom, you're on the bass line. And then today's the day we're going to find out how your work on this went, right? Okay. Feel the beat, right? So then
We'll be okay probably for the first 30 measures.
after that. So, and remember, Tom, when it gets messy, you can do 1 note per measure, right?
Sure.
Right? So you get to measure 30, well, the first 30, that's pretty good. You get to measure 30 through, where does it change? But if you see, oh, I'm starting to feel out of whack, be just thinking 4, rest, 0, rest, whatever, right? You can do that until you get back on the beat, and then, and then you might have an easy measure 34 for a while, you're hitting zeros, And so, again, play a little bit less with your eye and a little bit more with your ear, and I think you'll start to feel that beat, and then it's going to be duck soup for you pretty quickly. All right, guys, let's see what happens. Okay, we have been playing this at 92, so I'll leave it there and see how we do. Okay, you ready? Game face. You're getting ready for Red Rocks, Pele. Here we go. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 2, 3, 4. 3, 2, 3, 4. 4, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, 3, 4, 6, 2, 3, 4, 7, 2, 3, 4, 8, 2, 3, 4, 9, 2, 3, 4, 10, 2, 3, 4, 11, 2, 3, 4, 12, 2, 3, 4, 13, dun dun, and 14. 15, bum bum, and 16, dun dun dun, and 17, dun dun dun, 18, dun dun dun, 19, and 20, dun, and 21, dun 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 dun, 2. Keep going. 3, dun, 4, 2, 3. 4, 5, 2, 3, and 4, and 6, 2, 3, 3, 4, 8, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 9, 2, and 3, and 4, and 10. Dun, 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 1, 22, 3, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 4. Ba-dum bum 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 5. Good. Ba-dum bum 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 6 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 9. Bum 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 13. 3 bum bum and 14. 15 and 16 and 17, da-dum-ba, 18, ba-dum-ba, 19, ba-dum-ba, 20, and 21, 22. Good. 3, 2, 4, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, 3, and 4, and 6, 2, 3, 7, 2, 8, 2, 3, 4, 9, 2, 3, and 4, and 10. And then 1, 2, 3, and 2, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 3, 4, and 4. Bum, 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 5. Bum, 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 bum. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3, 4 and bottom. Bum, fermata. And go. Oh, bottom, bum. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, bottom, bum, 3, bum, 4, 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 2 and 3 and 4 and bum, 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 7, ba-dum, bum, 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 8, ba-bum, bum, 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 9, ba-dum, bum, 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 50, ba-bum, bum, bum, and 1 and ba-bum, ba-2, ba, and 3. Ba-da, ba-da, 4 and 2 and 3 and 55. Ba-dum, bum, bum, 56. Ba-dum, bum, bum, 57. Ba-dum, bum, bum, 58. Da-dum, dum, 59. Da-dum, dum, bum, and 60. Bum, 61. Ba-dum, ba-da, 2 and 2. 3 and 4 and 3 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 4 and 2 and 3, 4 and 5 and 2 and 3, 4, 6. Ba-dum, bum, 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 7, 2, 3, 4, 8. Ba-dum, 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 ba-dum. Good. 70. Dum-dum. 71. And 2, ba-dum, bum, 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 3, 4, 5, 6, beautiful Paley, 1, and bum, 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 8, 9, ba-dum, bum, 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 80, ba-dum, bum, 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 1, 82, ba-dum, bum, 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 3 and ba-dum, bum, 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 4 and ba-dum, bum, 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 ba-dum, bum, bum, bum. Slow it down just a smidge. Oh, I wish I was an Oscar Mayer. Bum, 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 ba-dum, ba-dum, ba-dum. 4, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 6, 2, 3, 4 and 7, 2 and 3 and 4 and 8, 2, 3, 4, 9 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 10, 2, 3, 101, 2, 2, 3 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 4, 2, 3, 4 and 5, 2 and 13 and 6 and 2 and 3, 4 and 7, 2 and 3, 4 and 8, 2, 3, 4 and 9 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 10 and 2 and 3 and 4. Go. 'Cause Oscar Mayer has a way, B-O-L-O-G-A. Here we go. 1, 3, 4, bum, 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 bum. perfect.
No. But it was fun.
It's always fun, right? No, in several places. What's interesting is that when you guys get it, man, it's really good, right?
Yeah, there were some spots.
There were some spots that were just happening. I was like, that's what's on the page. That's great. Tom, at one point you were one beat ahead, and it was very interesting, right? And you couldn't talk yourself out. You knew it, I knew it, everybody knew it, but we couldn't talk yourself out of it, right? Because I kept going through. I was sort of speaking. I'm going 3, 4.
Trying to get myself back.
Yeah, it's so scary. When that happens, and it's going to happen, right? Take the rest of that measure off and be ready on beat 1. Yeah, because I could just tell. I looked over and I could just see it on your face. You're like, I know I'm not supposed to be where I'm at, right? So yeah, when that happens, and it's going to happen, you just take the rest of the measure off and be ready on the next measure. Yeah, it's very normal. Over at school, I can't tell you the number of times where I'm positive my count is wrong or my count is correct. But the rest of the orchestra is telling me I'm not correct. You're like, dang it. And so I just take that.
I didn't want to say it. I was pretty sure I was the one on the beat.
Yeah. So yeah, it happens. You're gonna get off. Your count's gonna get off somehow. I never can figure it out. It's just like there's a missing beat somewhere, and you just got to be like, I'll just take this measure off. I'll go get set up on the next measure. I'll look for beat number 1, and it solves the problem. So good job, you guys. It's a fun song. I think it's gonna be great. Let's take a look at the good, the bad, and the ugly. This used to be very bad. No, well, it started off very ugly, right? Then it's bad. So we're getting close to good these days. All right. Let's see. Some suggestions on this one. Let's see. Pele, Laura, Jean, Ramona, and Jerome. So Pele, you're on guitar 1. Okay, I'll help you out with singing a little bit. Remember on these, if it says 7 and 7, boy, just cram your index finger down over both of them and just play both of them at the same time. I think there's a few places that it's harder than that, but for the most part, if you see 7 and 7, boy, just take your index finger and crunch it down and you got the whole thing covered through that section. Nancy, you're on guitar 2. That's challenging, isn't it?
In a couple of spots.
Yeah, I think I remember when I was putting this together, I'm like, it kind of works, but then it starts getting kind of messy in various places, and you're the only one playing chords in it at all, and so those can be extra challenging with these weird rhythms. And guitar 3, it looks like we don't have guitar 3 today, and then Mark, you're on guitar 4. You're the engine, and you drive the whole thing, right? And Tom, you're playing chords on this one?
Yeah.
And did we decide, one strum per measure?
Yeah.
Good, yeah, good, that's what makes sense, okay? Yeah, because you've got bar chords through there, and it's not easy.
Yeah, I got a few.
Yeah, not a few. I'm teaching this 12-year-old to play guitar, and I taught him for 5 years of playing ukulele, and so he is really good at that. And so I started him on guitar a few weeks back because I've run out of things to teach him on ukulele. And normally when you start people, do you remember they give you A chord, D chord, and E chord, and that pretty much covers you for the first 3 years of your guitar career. If you don't quit, then we'll give you another chord after that. But this kid's really good, right? So I'm showing him C chord, I'm showing him A minor chord, and then it's F, right? And you're just like, everybody quits guitar when they get to F chord, and I'm like, no. He's 12, he's good at ukulele, I'm giving it to him. So I make him do the F chord, and he's kind of grumbling a little bit. And then I get to G chord, and you're supposed to give him the open G chord. I'm like, I'm gonna make him slide that chord up.
Well, if you're playing the bar chord.
Once you get the F on, man, hang on to it, slide it up to G,
Why go
right?
back to the regular open G.
Yeah.
Play.
So then I did it. His mom's sitting there. And it's all online, right? So his mom's sitting in the background, and I said, all right. So if you got your F chord on, you slide up as G. And I said, all right, now slide up one more. You got A, and now you can play flamenco guitar. So I show him how that goes. And all of a sudden, I could tell, I've just ruined his mom's week because that's all he's going to be
Oh,
doing.
yeah.
Like, once you figure that out, you're like, oh, that's all I want to do. And then you go buy an electric guitar to make it even louder and more obnoxious. So, all right, guys, let's see what we come up with. We got most of them covered. We're missing guitar 3. That's the one we're missing. But Mark will mostly make up for that because it sort of mirrors guitar 3. Okay. Let's see. We've been playing this at 84. Seems like a decent pace. Let's see what we do. 1, 2, 3, 4. Bum, bum, bum. 2, dun, dun, and ba da 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 dum, and 4, 2, 3, 4. Ba da 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 dum, and 6, 2. Here you go, Pele, and ba 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 bum. You got it done, and 8. Done. Good job, Nancy. Dun 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 dum. Bum. 10. Bum bum. 11. Bum bum. And ba da 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 dum. And 13. Beautiful. Ba da 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 dum. And 15. 6 da 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 dum. And 17. Dun dun. Bum 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 bum. Bum. 19. Bum bum. 20. Bum bum. Ba dum bum bum bum. Dun dun dun. Ba dum bum bum bum. 24. Bum bum. Ba dum bum 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 bum. 2, 3, 4. Bum. 2, 3, 4. And ba da dum bum. Ba da da dum bum bum. Ba bum 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 bum. 2, 2. Bum. Bump and 3, da da junk, 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 and 4, junk, 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 and 5, junk, 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 ba bum, junk, junk, junk. Here we go, and 7, da da dum, and 8, bum, beautiful, ba da 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 dum, and 14, good, done. 1 and da da dum, 42, beautiful, ba da 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 dum, bum, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, dun dun, and ba da 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 bum, 47, ba da 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 bum, and 9, bum. Bum 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 bum, and 1 and 2, 3, 4, da 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 dum, bum 1, bum bum 4, dum bum 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 2, 3, 4, bum 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 bum. Dun dun 59 bum 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 2, 3, 4 61 2 and 3 and 4 and ba da dum bum 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 ba da dum bum 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 7 dun 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 junk 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 8 junk 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 bum 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 72 bum 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 70 bum 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 74 junk 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 and 5 junk and bong 2, 3, 4 bum 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 bum. Stop making me sing, Pele.
I wait.
Yes, please.
This ends up on video, you know that, right? Me singing this song. Okay. All right, good job, you guys, actually. We're getting it, right? It's really hard when there's only 4 of us playing this thing, right? We got a whole bunch of people out there playing. Wow, how many people we got playing with us
Well, we
today?
hope they're playing.
We hope they're playing. All right. Looks like there's 5 people online. So 5, 6, 7, 8. That, see, think about that. We have 9 of us. We would sound really good. All right. Okay, good. All right. All right. Good. What's next? Let's play Menuett. You know I'm picking on you, right? Okay. All right. Let's make this one happen. We've been playing this one at full speed. We might not go full speed today, but pretty fast. Okay. Tom, are you on guitar melody with this one?
No, I'm on chords.
Oh, you're on chords, Cam. Okay, I need to draw a line to chords. Okay. All right. All right, let's see how we do. Remember, we start off pretty fast, then we slow down in the middle, and then we go back to being pretty fast. All right. Jean just wrote, "This sounds great to me." See? I'm going to put her in charge of running the show because she's much more positive than I am, right? All right. Jean, do you want to run the orchestra from now on? You can do that, okay? All right. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Bum, ba, dum, ba, dum, 2, dum, dum, 3, bum, 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 4, 5, dun, 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 6, bum, 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 7, dun, dun, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Measure 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Keep going. 7, 8, 9, 20, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 30, 1, and 2, 17. 7, 8, 9, 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 1, and 3. 34, 2, 3, 5, 2, 3, 6, 2 and 3 and 7, 2, 8, 2, 3, 9, 40, 41, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 48, 49, 34, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 39, 40, 41, 42, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Nice. Keep going. 50. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 4, 2, and 50. 50. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, 3, 6, 2, 3, 7, 2, 3, 8, 9. 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 4, down, 6, 2, 3, 7, 8, 9, 70. 1 and 2 and 3 and 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Bum dum bum bum bum. 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, out. Pretty nice job, you guys. Seriously.
Gary, when we come to the last measure,
Yep.
should it be loud or just medium loud?
I don't think we need to change the volume, but we need to change the tempo. Okay. So when we get to bum 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 strum,
Oh,
right?
as we get to
Yeah. So maybe at 81, we're just slow it down. We'll just sort of die out, sort of thing, and then just a regular strum at the end. You don't need to really pound on that very hard. Tom, I wanted to ask on the go to measure 70. Show me how you're doing a B chord.
Which measure?
70.
Oh, 70.
Yeah.
70.
Okay,
I can't see, but over your knee.
I'm just putting it down here.
One more fret.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh.
Okay, yeah, because there was one spot where something was like, whoa.
Well, you already do it. The only reason and so I wanted to make sure that you do that, and then don't play the bottom string when you play it that way, right? Okay, good. So, you were playing a B flat, and I was like, he's doing, I mean, you were really nailing it. Like, you were a drummer through that really, really solid rhythm. And then that sound came out, and I'm like, do I have a mistake on the paperwork, right? So it looks, so it's really just an A chord moved up 2 frets, right? Now, the way you're doing it, you can't play the bottom string, okay? And so if you did your A chord with these 3 fingers, that leaves this one available to do a bar on that bottom string if you wanted to, but that means you have to practice doing your A chord with your middle ring and pinky, which is not a bad thing to practice, but then you can actually do a full chord there. But playing it on the...
That's fairly easy.
It's not terrible, right? And then you can use this finger on the first string at the 2nd fret, and now you can do just what you're doing. So it's something to think about. I think everybody ought to be able to play their A chord with both index, middle, and ring, and then middle, ring, and pinky, because that's one of the shapes that comes up a lot that we use for barring up the neck, and so it's just super convenient. A lot of times too, the other possible way is to put a bar on where the egg is on the 2nd fret and your pinky up on 5. Now you also have an A chord, and now that can slide up 2 frets and you've got a B chord. So there's a lot of options with that shape that are actually will end up making your life easier. The shape I put on here is probably the most difficult of all of them to do. A full bar with your 3 fingers, and when you're at tempo, it's hard to get that whole thing on.
That's a challenge.
That's a little bit tough. So, all right. Jean says she's going to take over the orchestra. Good job, Jean. I'm excited.
Where did you live?
Yeah. Gina lives out on the west side of town, I think.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, so we'll be having rehearsal at her house next week. All right, good job. Let's see. Good job, you guys. That sounds fun. Let's do of all the Airts, the wind can blow. Everybody's on melody except Tom. Right?
That's right, I am doing chords again.
You're doing chords. It's not a bad idea, dude, right? I mean, it's going to help you with your rhythm and getting those shapes in place. I think it's a great choice that you've made. Okay? Okay, ready? We are. Not too fast. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, bum, ba-dum. And 3, ba-dum, bum, bum. And 4. And 5. And 6. And 7. And 8. 9. Beautiful. 10. 11. 9. And 12. And 3. And 4. And 6. And 7. Back to 2. And 2. And 3. And 5. And 6. And 7. And 8. And 9. And 10. 11. And 12. And 13. Beautiful. And 14. And 15. And 16. And 18. Slow it down. And ba-dum, ba-dum, wa-dum, ba-dum. Lovely. You guys are great. Okay, that's a fun song. 12 measure, or no, 18, I guess. Not too many. All right, let's go to, let's squish in Over the Rainbow real quick. All right, the hard part, remembering when you get to 35, you got to go all the way back to measure 3. So basically, we're playing the sound twice. All right. So whatever mistakes you make the first time, then fix them the second time around, and that's my favorite thing to do with little kids when I'm teaching them, is make them do the repeats. They hate it so much. All right. I say, well, how can I know if you're making a mistake or playing it right unless you play it twice? Okay. All right. Kind of jaunty pace. Let's see what we come up with. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 2, 3, 8, 3, 4, 9, 4, 10, 2, 3, 4, 11, 12, 13, 14, ba-dum-bum-bum-bum, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 6, bum-bum-bum-bum, 7, bum-bum-bum, and 8, 2, 3, and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 22, 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 2, and 3, 3 and 2 and 3 and 4. 4, 2, 3, 5, 2, 3, 4, 6, 2, 3, 4, 7, 2, 3, 4, 8 and 2 and 3, 4, 9. Okay, we're off. Let's go back to 27. I don't know what happened there. Measure 27, please. Measure 27. 27. Here's 26. 6, 2, 3, 4, 7, 2, 3, 4, 8, 2, and 9. 30, 31, 2, and 3, 4, and 5. Back to 3, 3, 4, 5, 2, 3, 4, 6, bum, bum, 7, 2, 3, 8, bum, 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 and 9, and 10, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, done, 3, 2, 3, and 4, 2, 3, and 4, and 5, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 6, 2, 3, 4, 7, 2, and 3, and 4, and 8, 2, 3, 1, and 2, and 3, 4, and 0, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, and 3, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 4, 2, and 3, and 4, and bum, 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 7, 2, 3, 4, 8, and 2, and 3, 4, 9, 2, and 3, 4, 30, 2, and 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 2. Mark, I think you're ahead of me. Dun, dun, dun. 3, 2, 3, 4, and 4, 2, 3, 4, 6, 2. If happy little bluebird on the... All right, let's go back.
We got messed up there.
Let's see. How come we got goofed up both times?
I'm
Let's see.
sure that I played 27 too fast.
I think that must be. Yeah,
think I
you
might
know
have
what? I
actually
guarantee
double timed it.
you are double timing, and I'll tell you
It's
why.
like,
Because
oh, no,
in
that's-
the real song that's in your head, they do. That's a 2-beat measure. It absolutely
Yeah.
is. And so all of a sudden you're ahead of me. So mark on there 27. I put it in as a 4-beat measure. You're absolutely right. That's
that's
exactly what's
fine.
happening.
I mean, that
Yeah,
fits.
bum, 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 bum. But in the real song, it goes bum, 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 bum. Yeah, absolutely. That's
Well,
exactly.
because I played it fast, and then it's like, oh no, that didn't come out right.
Yeah. Well, it's interesting. It could happen both times at the same spot. I'm like, there's got to be a reason that's happening, and you're 100% right. Yeah, because I remember when it got there. Because your choice is to make the either a 2/4 measure in there, or squish it in somehow, and it just doesn't work. So from 27, since Mark doesn't know how to read sheet music,
Apparently
not. Somehow Nancy's escaping all picking on this today. So you're staying way in the back. Now you know why Christy and Mike sit back there. All right. So 27, please.
Well, let's lead into it.
You want to lead into it?
Yeah.
All right. So now let's go from 22. How about that? 20. Everybody's got to clean in at 22.
Yeah, and it's really the same kind of thing. So yeah.
Yeah. So
But we did that right.
yeah. No. What's fascinating, and it happens all the time. We play what's in our head until we learn better, right? And so a lot of times on an arrangement, it was brutal when we were doing the Beatles because everybody has the Beatles memorized that are from that generation, right?
Yeah.
Like they have and so on paper, you have to we're
Yeah.
instrumental group, and so you have to adjust tempo, times and tempos and stuff.
yeah.
And so many times they were playing what's in their head rather than what's on the paper, and very common, right? All right, you guys are coming in at 22. 22. 22. 1, 2, 3, 22. 2, 3, and 3, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 4, and 3, and 4, and 5. 2, 3, 4, 6, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. That's it. 4, 1, and 2, and 3. Now you got it. 9, 2, and 3, 4, 30. 2, 3, and 4, and 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 2. 2, dum, dum. 3, 2, and 3, 4, 4, 2, and 3, 4, 6, 2, 3, and dun 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 bum 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 and go bum 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 bum. Beautiful. Okay, nice job. I'm actually glad that happened. That's interesting because I do remember when I arranged that, I was like, how am I going to get all those notes into that space? And so it was either squish them down or extend them, and I extended them, and then we got caught. So cool. Guys, this sounds good. If you haven't looked at the Tough Uke, that's what Mark's playing today. It's a good arrangement,
It's a
right?
terrific arrangement.
Right? I mean,
It really is good,
it's
and
not,
it's really pretty played.
and it's not terribly hard to play, and this is one of those songs that everybody should probably have in their wheelhouse a little bit, right? And so, so take a look at the Tough Uke, Tough Axe version of this, because I think it's a good arrangement and kind of fun to play, I think.
It is.
Right?
It's
Yeah.
actually quite a bit of fun.
Yeah, good. All right, guys, wonderful job. I'll see you next week. And Christy and Mike should be back, so then we'll get a little bit more sound and a little bit more rhythm, and hopefully that'll help us out. And I do essentially have the Karuli, or not Karuli, what's his name, Terega piece finished. Ish. And so I was hoping to have it finished today, but I got to play through it a few more times to make sure that I don't have, to minimize the number of mistakes. So that's coming. Guys online, thanks for being here. Gene, we'll have the rehearsal at your house next week, and I'll bring the baton so you can do this. It's really easy, and that's that. So just kidding. All right, we're here next week. Thank you, guys. Beautiful job. Peace.
Yeah, no, I really think this is a really nice arrangement. And there's
You know,
parts of it I like.
It's one of those things where I wrote it many years ago for ukulele, and then I thought, boy, I wanted this on guitar because it's just pretty, and it's better on ukulele. It's better on guitar because you get the bass notes.
Oh, yeah,
and,
you've got a
and
lot more to do.
and
Some
it's